UltiMobile's primary responsibility in the ecosystem of mobile is to customize the Android experience both for anyone who doesn't meet the volume requirements of OEMs and for OEMs themselves. Our handset customization types are broken down into 4 categories. Please click one of the options in the menu to find out more. A simple generic customization is just how it sounds. We make the handset generic based on the common needs of all our customers. We hard code the APN and MMS settings for every carrier on file, meaning that the handset will automatically load settings based on whatever SIM card is inserted. That type of customization is not available for CDMA because CDMA settings are much more specific. To find out more, click Details for more information, click Time Frame for product times, or click Main Menu to return to the handset customization types list. The simple carrier customization is a build made specifically for each customer. As each build is unique, this is a CDMA handset's lowest form of customization because all of the CDMA customizations are based on PRI, PRL, and APN settings for each carrier. To find out more, click Details for more information, click Time Frame for product times, or click Main Menu to return to the handset customization types list. A lot of carrier-exclusive phones are sold in the United States market. Anytime we add our customizations and your branding to a previously branded phone, that's a rebranded customization. To find out more, click Details for more information, click Time Frame for product times, or click Main Menu to return to the handset customization types list. AOSP stands for Android Open Source Project. An AOSP build is a complete build from the ground up for both phones on the market and phones by OEMs that have yet to receive firmware. To find out more, click Details for more information, click Time Frame for product times, or click Main Menu to return to the handset customization types list. So again, there's the auto-population of APN settings when the handset reads the SIM's MCC and MNC. The second thing we do is remove the OEM updater and replace it with an application called UltiUpdate. UltiUpdate allows us to notify specific customers at the carrier's request of any updates. It presents them with a link where they can download UltiMobile Dashboard for Windows, which they connect to the handset through USB. Dashboard allows the user to back up and restore data and upgrade the handset to the latest software the carrier has tested and approved. Also, we're developing UltiUpdate into an OTA environment like the rest of the Android ecosystem. It won't connect through USB or use Dashboard. You simply download and update on the phone. The third thing we do with the simple generic customization is remove everything that isn't applicable to the US market. There are a lot of handsets purchased by regional carriers that were intended for foreign markets. For example, if a European handset has a coupon application for the best restaurants in Paris and the US carrier doesn't want it, we remove it. Some applications simply aren't able to be used in the US. If you launch them, they show an error that the app is not available for use in your region. We remove all those applications prior to sending out the beta sample. The simple generic customization also includes an app called UltiTracker. UltiTracker polls devices to get weekly statistics for each network on what types of handsets customers are using and what version of Android is installed. That way, the carrier can make informed decisions about updating those handsets. The information that UltiTracker reports weekly is the MCC and MNC of the SIM card on the device, the handset IMEI, the build number, and the handset make and model. No location information is collected and no privacy standards are being breached, and we do not store any of that information on the phone to avoid any security vulnerabilities. In comparison to our other types of customizations, simple generic customizations are the easiest and typically done in 3 to 7 days, depending on our workload. The flash time per phone, or uploading the firmware to the device, is generally the industry standard of 3 to 7 minutes. The simple carrier customization includes all simple generic customizations, like UltiUpdate and UltiTracker, as well as the APN list. It also includes a custom wake-up animation that builds the carrier's or MVNO's brand, because it's the very first thing the customer sees when they turn on their new phone. We can make that as flashy and impressive as the carrier likes. We can place a default custom wallpaper, ringtone, and whatever applications the carrier would like installed, and even on the home screen. For example, many carriers like to place the Clear Sky app with the carrier's branding on the home screen. If you don't know what that is, the Android market doesn't offer revenue share for regional carriers, or any carrier that we know of, whereas the Clear Sky portal icon does. The Clear Sky app also reinforces the carrier's brand because the icon and app are branded, and the customer can download or purchase the carrier's wallpapers and ringtones. It reinforces the carrier's brand validity and brings in some extra revenue. With custom feature toggling, we can set weather displays to show Fahrenheit by default. We can set the time to display 24-hour or 12-hour format and display the proper month, day, year, date format for the US market. Again, a lot of these phones were intended for sale in other markets, and the US consumer often has very different expectations for how to use the handsets they buy. We can also change the network parameters, such as the phone's ability to automatically roam within the US, which is especially important for data use. And we can turn off or on the ability to use USB tethering or use the handset as a Wi-Fi hotspot. To be clear, these changes are hard-coded into Android, so they stay the same even after a factory reset. The simple carrier customization timeframe is about the same as the simple generic customization because the changes in both customizations are almost identical to us. Development time is 3 to 10 days depending on our workload, and flash time per phone is 3 to 7 minutes. Because this customization is done per carrier, each one of those builds takes an equal amount of time, even though we may have created a simple carrier customization on that handset for another carrier already. When UltiMobile makes a rebranded customization, we try to keep the look and feel of the OEM user interface while modifying the branding elements to meet the requirements of the client. We do everything in the simple generic and simple carrier customizations and remove the kernel, wake up, and power down animations. It's often difficult because of how integrated branding is into these devices. We remove other unwanted applications such as branded visual voicemail or Wi-Fi hotspot apps. We also retheme, changing colors and typeface to whatever specific theme the carrier would like, or something generic. Rebranded customizations are difficult for us to set a time frame, but we generally say between 7 and 20 days to develop it, and the flash time remains constant at 3 to 7 minutes per phone. An AOSP build is a complete build from the ground up. With an AOSP build, an OEM or carrier decides they want a unique version of Android on a particular phone. Sometimes it's to gain an edge over competitors selling the same device. Sometimes it's because it's a brand new device that an OEM chose not to develop. The build is based on the Android source code like Nexus devices and may be themed and designed around a unique launcher. An AOSP build means the most customization, but it's the most complex and takes the most time and resources. An AOSP build is the most detailed, and it takes anywhere between 3 to 6 weeks. Not only do we create the AOSP build itself, but we create the deployment method. In previous cases, devices were upgraded by the end user themselves using our Windows software sent to them by the carrier. It took about 3 to 7 minutes for each phone to be upgraded without losing any customer data.